Yo, boys, and welcome back. We've got our Week 16 preview. The boys are back in town, as they say.
We are indeed. We are
That's
indeed
right.
back. All of us for the first time in like 5 weeks. It feels like.
It's been
I don't know
it's
how
been
long
a
it's
little
been.
while. It's been a
I don't
while.
know how long it's been. It feels like it's been 5 weeks.
Too long. That's really the only thing that we're saying here.
Yep, that's the saying.
And speaking of being too long, there's a certain team that's been too long since they've missed the playoffs, Brett.
What? I don't know where you're going with that.
The
He's getting into
Kansas
the
City
news.
Chiefs.
Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah,
I thought
so
we
we
were.
have we have a few teams who are eliminated from playoffs. Um, yes, this is the first time I think in
10 years.
10 years straight that
Yeah,
the Chiefs are missing the playoffs officially. And that comes with 3 games left in the season, which is kind of
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So we get the Chiefs, Bengals, Vikings, and Dolphins. So now we don't have Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow playoff picture.
Or
Or
Tua,
Tua
of course.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that.
Well,
Oh wait,
Oh
and
god,
9, and we lost 9.
we
and
lost
9.
9. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad me and
Yeah.
Jared both went to Tua right away
Tua.
because
It's a big hit.
when you
Yeah.
It's a
said
big hit.
Mahomes, I was thinking about he got hurt and is out, and
Mm.
not to spoil, and then Tua got benched. That's where I was going. Jared just jumped on that also,
Yeah.
Nice.
I was naming good quarterbacks.
and you forgot
Anyways,
9.
I forgot 9 and Tua, who, like Dale uh, was talking about, Quinn Ewers is starting for the Dolphins this week. And instead of Tua being the backup, he's now the QB3 or the emergency QB behind Zach Wilson.
Which is crazy.
Um,
Just
so
crazy.
I don't know if this is like kind of what the Cardinals are doing with Kyler Murray, where they think
Mm,
maybe this is a chance that we offload our QB who is still as healthy as he's going to be with 5 concussions, right?
This
Um,
this feels a lot like the Russ situation in Denver, where they benched him at the end of the year to make sure he passed his medicals. That way they didn't owe
mm,
him a lot of money. I don't know how Tua's contract looks, but I just remember that's what happened with
yeah.
Russ.
Yeah, that was
that's
intentional.
yeah, that's the thing. Before this, I looked up his because Tua did just get a contract. Uh, he's just got that 4 year, $212 million contract uh, that extends into 2028. So I don't know. It'd be kind of crazy hit to take to try to trade him away, but I really don't know what else they can do.
Yeah,
He's not injured, so they can't place him on IR and chalk it up to that. So,
yeah. No, I
uh,
think that's kind of the Deshaun Watson situation. They just decided to suck it up, put him on the bench, and let other people play.
right,
But
right. But
yeah, it's
then
messy.
the other news is another quarterback that's kind of being shut down for the last 3 games, but rightfully so. Jaden Daniels. Um, Again, he re-injured, I think last week. Uh, his arm or something was bothering him again, so uh, that I don't think they have a chance for playoffs. I don't think they've been eliminated, but uh, after this week, when the Eagles beat them, they will be for sure. So it's probably a good move there. But again, that's based on injury, so that one makes sense. And he's decent when he's healthy. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's kind of the news I got this
save
week.
his health. Save his
Right.
health a little bit.
Speaking of
Yeah, and then
saving
after
people's
that,
health,
yes, I was gonna say after that we have the other many injuries.
I was talking about
There's
you,
some notable
Jared.
ones. Oh, I'm
Since
saving
you're
people's health.
licensed, yeah, you're a licensed medical professional.
That is true. I do save lives every day. Actually, that's not true, guys. We can't say that.
You
I don't
don't know
think you
how
can
many
say
car
that.
accidents you help people avoid, though.
True.
So maybe you do
By
save lives.
by not texting and driving, I save lives every day.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, uh, Yeah, a couple injuries. Obviously, we'll start with the biggest one in most people's opinion, although they got eliminated anyway, so it didn't really matter. Patrick Mahomes went down with an ACL injury at the end of the game. Um, I don't really know that this changed anything. If he was playing the rest of that game, I think they were still losing. It was at the very end, anyways. Um, but yeah, so he'll be out for the rest of this season. And there's talk about what his ETA looks like on returning. Um, I don't think they'll rush him back to play, but at the same time, he'll probably want to play as quickly as possible. So we'll see how that pans out into the near future. Obviously, that does have some impact on some late end, championship pushes for a couple teams. I think, in like fantasy football wise, so that'll be interesting.
A couple,
Not that
just
he
a couple.
I don't think he's on that many fantasy rosters that are in the championship.
Oh,
He's done pretty good
he's
this
like
year.
a top five quarterback this year, though.
Nah. Anyways, uh, but yeah, so he'll be out. We also had Devonte Adams leave that game with a hamstring injury. He's doubtful for this game. I
He's
saw
not
that
playing.
injury.
He's not
Yeah,
playing.
I saw that injury. I don't think he's playing this game. I'd be surprised if he plays before the playoffs again, just
Hmm.
because they're going to the
Yeah,
playoffs. I don't know why you would rush him back.
Yeah.
Um,
it's the reason you're rushing back is this game tonight, or sorry, tomorrow night. But there's no way he's gonna play on Thursday night. It's
yeah,
too short of a week. Like if it was a
no,
Sunday game, maybe because it's a
maybe.
division game and they're tied for the division lead. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair, but he's not playing this week for sure. He's doubtful, but I think he's probably already ruled out if I had to guess by tomorrow. And I'm
Yeah.
surprised he's not yet. We also had Micah Parsons go down with a torn ACL in the end of the Packers game. Obviously, big hit for the defense of the Packers. Not as much fantasy relevance there.
that's actually good for
Um,
fantasy.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Not that we cheer for injuries here. Licensed medical professionals would never do that. Brees Hall, um, he he's mid, you know, but he
E-
also has a knee injury. But he's
Even
trending
when he's
towards playing.
healthy, he's not great.
Yeah, he had like a 4 game stretch in his rookie year where he was electric, and that's about it. You know,
Yeah.
the issue he does play with the Jets. I mean, that's not
True.
good for anyone. Lev Bell went to the Jets to die, so yeah,
Allegedly.
he's yeah, allegedly, yes. He's trending towards playing this week, which is important if you have him on your roster. Lamar Jackson didn't practice today due to illness, flu-like symptoms. I'm ready for all the narrative of him playing through illness and how good that makes him when he throws
Mm.
8 passes and they win by 3 points. Woody Marks ankle injury did not practice today. I think Nick Chubb is also injured, so that could be interesting. Maybe a flex play if you could pick up the running back. Who's third string running back there? Does anyone know?
Jawar Jordan.
Mm, that
They
could
He
be
just
had,
signed
interesting.
him.
he had a big game last week too.
Yeah, yeah. So he did not practice today. I think he's trending towards playing too. I think Chubb is already ruled out this week. Maybe it sounded like. Um, and then Rushy Rice had a concussion, which probably back to back. I don't think they gave him a
Has
concussion protocol the first time. Um,
he didn't have he currently has he's in
true.
protocol right now.
They didn't give him a concussion protocol from the week ago, right? When he took that hit and
Correct.
passed on the field. So this is probably his second concussion in 2 weeks, in my opinion, as a licensed medical professional. This is the first one he got on the concussion protocol.
That happened with T
I
Higgins too.
That's
yeah
twice in one game.
Yeah,
yeah
well,
look
it
at
was
it.
a slightly different, but similar. That's all I was saying.
Yeah. I would kind of be surprised at this point if Rashi plays, just because the season's over for them. They'll probably just let him sit. Drake London, his knee injury is considered day to day. I feel like that's huge playoff implications, just because they're still, they're fighting for a spot in the playoffs, and then people who have him on their roster in fantasy probably are in the playoffs too. So like that could probably be one of the bigger swings um, for this whole injury lineup. But yeah, that's all the injuries, at least the ones that I could find. I might have missed a couple, so put those in the comments if we missed an injury or two. Roast us, blaze us.
Yeah. We got to start asking for reviews on Jared's performance every week.
True.
His injury
True.
blitz.
Just don't report me to the board. You know,
The board of what?
opticianary. You can get reported to the board of opticianary.
Oh no, he's outing himself.
Yeah.
He leaked it.
Usually when people do do that.
He's not doing anything
True.
wrong. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I did not realize the Falcons were still in the playoffs, and they're not. So I just want to correct what Jared said there. The Falcons are also eliminated.
Are they really?
There's only
Mhm.
19 teams still alive. Sorry, 20. Wait. Yeah, 19 teams still alive for the playoffs.
For some reason, I thought them beating the Bucks made them have a chance to get in still.
Nope. They were eliminated
No.
before that game.
They were
Oh.
just spoilers.
So they were just playing spoilers.
Yeah.
That's
It's.
crazy.
I just
Okay.
want to point out the Colts went from being like a 1 seed to they're now 12% odds to get in the playoffs, and they don't have their first round pick, so the Jets might have absolutely fleeced the Colts.
They might have.
Crazy.
They might have.
Anyway, speaking of fleecing, the Rams are about to fleece the Seahawks in Seattle because the Seahawks at home have been rather lackluster this year from what I have noticed. The Rams don't have Devontae Adams, but they don't need him. They have Puka Nakua, Matthew Stafford, and two running backs that are running the ball better than the and then the Seahawks offense. Excuse me. So I have the Rams pulling off the road upset as 1.5 point dogs.
Mm.
Yeah. Jared and I both picked the Seahawks on this. My reason was more the fact that Stafford really, from what I've seen, hasn't played great when there's actual pressure. Seahawks defense is one of the better ones in the league, and then being at home, I think that kind of elevates that defense. Um, again, like you said, I mean they still have Puka on the Rams, so it's still going to be, I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I think the Seahawks kind of clutch it up at the end and do what they need to do at home.
12th man on the field, you know.
That's right. Hmm.
Not on the field, actually. 12th man in the stands. If you get 12 men on the field, Aaron Rodgers hikes the ball and gets you a penalty. But
That's true.
12 men in the stands and you're all good. You're all good.
Next game is the Eagles at Commanders. Eagles are favored 6.5 points. We all picked the Eagles for this one. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. The Eagles, the Eagles have been struggling, but they seem to show up when they need to. Commanders just aren't really even close overall as a team versus the Eagles, so I think that's kind of why everyone's went with the Eagles on this one specifically.
True, they're not close as a team, but they might have the better quarterback.
Maybe. Maybe.
He wins games, and we all know that winning games is a quarterback stat. So
Amen. In some situations, in others you're wrong.
yeah, only when it helps my narrative. Only
Oh
when it
yeah,
helps
only
my
when I
narrative.
can cherry pick. Like Jackson Dart, what do you want him to do? You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of quarterbacks winning games, these are two teams that probably aren't winning because of their quarterbacks. Packers going on the road to take on the Bears in Chicago. The Bears are 1.5 point home favorites in this one. I think the Packers are just a better team, and we saw that a few weeks ago. So I'm gonna take the Packers to win it.
Yeah, that game was not very long ago. And the Bears won that game. Did we not? No, the Packers won.
Packers won that
For
game.
some reason, I thought the Bears won that game.
Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that game was close. I have just really, I think it's probably a little bit of bias of just like games I've watched more. I've seen more Bears games than I have Packers game this year. And I think that the Bears are a better team in general. They seem to be able to run the ball and have the better defense, especially without Micah Parsons. So I think that the Bears will win this game. Although it is pretty much a coin flip, and Vegas agrees. It could go either way, but I think the Bears will actually pull this game out and get the W here.
And as we know, historically, the Bears better team than the Packers.
Yeah, historically, yeah.
historically, right?
Speaking of
um,
historically good teams,
yeah, get the Bucks and Panthers. Bucks favored by -3. Uh, this is an interesting game because right now they're flip flopping
the
for the
winner
top of their division.
has a stranglehold on the division.
Well, yeah, because the Panthers beat the Bucks a lot. Or no,
They
they
still have to play each
faced each
other.
other twice. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
week
yeah,
week 18.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have the Bucks. The Bucks are on like a massive skid, like slide, downward. Unfortunately, I don't know what is wrong. They have all of their weapons back,
Mm,
so I don't know if Baker's just like overthinking things. Um, but I still think the Bucks are the better team. I don't really think I believe in Bryce Young. I don't think I've ever have. Uh, he's doing okay this year, but I think the Panthers just have kind of snuck their way up. I think the Bucks take them down this week.
mm.
Well, I see the rationale, but I think I'll take the team that has a better head coach and that is playing better on the defensive side of the ball. Um, the Buccaneers look like they could get beat by a high school girls football team right now on defense. So give me the Panthers to defend home field as 3-point dogs.
Dogs.
Mm. Yeah, I think I'll take the Bucks in that one too, but that's because I'm a Baker Mayfield believer, so
Hell
that'd be
yeah.
my motivation behind it. After that, we have Bills versus the Browns. This one is we had about a 10-minute argument about who would win this game, and we all came to agreement that it was the Bills.
Yeah. 10-minute argument.
After arguing with a wall for 20 minutes, we decided the Bills
Yeah.
win this game. The only thing I will say is that the Browns have a tendency to pull a couple upsets a year. I don't know that this
Please
is one of
no,
them,
dude. Please no.
um, but I feel like there has been times where the Browns have pulled upsets late in the year, and maybe people be like, "You really lost to the Browns?" So that could happen, but I think the Bills will win this game. They even have a pretty good chance to cover based on last week's game where they got beat by like 27
I'll water
points.
bet you that they don't. I'm just kidding. I don't want that.
They
I
don't
don't want
cover or
another
don't
water bet.
win.
I don't want the water bet. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think the Bills will win this game. Y'all agree that with that, correct?
Hmm.
I don't know. I
Okay.
went back and forth on this one a lot. eventually,
Yeah. As a Browns fan.
eventually, I
you went
settled on
back.
the Browns losing. Man, that stinks. It would be funny. I was thinking about this as I was putting my pickums in, and like this, it as you said, Jared, it does feel like this is one of the time of year where one of the really bad teams just pulls off an upset over someone who's like going to the playoffs and super high favored,
Hmm.
and like this kind of lines up because the Bills just gained a game on New England to where they could actually get the division. So like, if the Browns actually beat the Bills, it would. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
You
Yeah.
don't want it to happen
I don't want it
for
to happen
draft
either.
capital.
No, the Browns are currently the
Yeah.
number 4 pick, and the 3 teams in front of them all have 2 wins. So the Browns really
Mm.
need to keep that 3 in the win column, not add to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of adding to the win column, we've got a potential playoff game here. 2 teams that are on the outside. Well, one's on the outside looking in. The other one is the 5 seed. We have the Chargers going on the road to take on the Cowboys in Dallas, who are 2.5 point favorites. What, Jared?
You said the outside looking in. And I'm like, I thought the Cowboys got eliminated last week, and I look, and their current odds are, or if they win, they jump to a 2% chance to make the playoffs.
They're still alive, man.
Way outside
They're
looking
still
in.
alive.
They're like the sun looking into AT&T Stadium.
Yeah. I think I did hear someone say that what has to happen is the Eagles have to lose every game and they have to win every game from here
Oh,
on
is their
out.
only path to win the division? Is that
Yes,
real? You're
because
lying.
they're 6 and 7 and 1.
6, 7.
Oh my gosh.
No. Okay.
How's the oldest guy
Uh,
here gonna make that joke? That's crazy.
anyways, I think the division is the only path. I don't have the numbers up on this site that I'm looking at, but I think that is the only path.
Okay, that makes sense actually. That's crazy though. Current 1%. If win, 2%. Yeah, that being said, I think the Chargers will stake that nail in the Cowboys playoff coffin, and the Chargers are gonna pull off that road upset. The Cowboys defense is just not good enough.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think they are very good. Um, I also, though, am not a huge Chargers believer. I think the Cowboys will actually win this game, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll win this game and be eliminated because that would be a very Cowboys thing to do. Um,
They might be eliminated before this game is played if what you said is true, because we all expect the Eagles to beat the
yes,
Commanders.
true. Yeah, yeah. I think they will be eliminated before this game plays. Maybe they'll sit all their starters. Maybe Pickens will throw a baby fit on the sidelines. But yeah, I think the Cowboys will win this game. The Chargers, I think, are one of the more fraudulent teams in the AFC with all the injuries they have. I'm a huge Chargers hater over here. So yeah, I think the Eagles, the Cowboys will win this game.
All right, next game, Jets and Saints. Playing in New Orleans. Saints are favored by 4.5. Uh, this is just a game between two stinkers. Um, Unfortunately for the Jets, the Saints have Mr. Shuck, who is taking
Trucking the ball.
over. He's shucking the ball over the place, taking over that lead QB in New Orleans. Um, it's making Arch Manning reapply into Texas because he's scared. Uh, so, yeah, I have the Saints winning this. The Jets aren't good. They're starting Brady Cook this week again. The Jets defense is bad. The Jets
Jets
are just
offense
bad.
is bad. Jets coaching
Yeah.
staff is bad. The Jets front office is bad.
Yeah, they signed some moron to the QB position, and he didn't even finish the season. So
Bro couldn't resist. He's literally hurt right now. You're literally kicking a
sure,
guy
Yeah.
while he's down.
yeah, hurt,
Hurt.
just like Patrick Mahomes.
Of all the examples you could have thrown out, like Kyler Murray, you throw up Mahomes.
Yeah, he didn't want to play being eliminated. He didn't want to ruin his stat
Oh
where
my
he's never
god.
played a game while being eliminated from the playoffs. He can carry that stat now.
Anyway, this next game we have the Vikings going on the road to take on the Giants. The Vikings are 3-point road favorites. And in preparation for this game, because Jackson Dart's playing this one, I decided to look up the offensive rookie of the year odds. So that's what I was reacting to a minute ago. Did you guys know? Do you guys want to guess who the current odds-on favorite for rookie of the year is?
Trevion Henderson.
I think it was Tet last week.
It is Travion Henderson. But that
Mm.
shocks me. You know who number 2 is?
Cat probably. I bet he's out of the top 3 all of a sudden.
He's been having stinkers though, so he might be down a few.
The number 2 is Emeka Egbuka. And you know what that tells me?
Oh, he's not
OH,
catching the
baby.
ball.
OH.
He can't catch
Anyway,
a football.
so back to the actual game preview. I have the Vikings going on the road and beating the Giants. The Vikings defense is really good, and they look like they might have about half a quarterback. I won't declare him a full quarterback yet. He's not 9. We'll call him a 4.5 quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about fair.
Jared and I have the Giants for this one. My reason is because I think Dart has the chance to break out.
Yeah,
I like
do it.
him over 9.
Mm.
Upside
I would
down
also
9
like to
versus 9
say,
matchup, by the way.
yeah, I'd like to say this is a high scoring game as well. Weirdly, because it's like a game where no one really thinks it's going to be very high scoring because it's kind of two quarterbacks that are very like hot and cold.
Mm.
Tyrone Tracy turned it up last week. He might be back. So yeah, I just have the Giants over the Vikings. The Vikings have kind of scolded me all year. I thought they were going to be a lot
They
better than they were,
scold
and
you
yeah, and they just aren't. So
like their
Yeah.
chant.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Giants will take that game. The game after that we have is the Chiefs at Titans. The Chiefs are only favored by 3.5, or not 3.5, 3 points here. Um, I think that the Chiefs will win this game, although they are kind of in a sorry situation. They don't have Mahomes. It looks like Rashi Rice might miss this
Hold on,
game
hold on,
too. Um,
pause. The Chiefs are in a sorry situation, but they're playing the Titans. You understand? The Chiefs are in a sorry situation,
hey,
and they're
I was
playing the
get,
Titans.
I was getting there. I was getting there, and that's exactly my point. The Chiefs are in a sorry situation, but the Titans are the worst football team in football right now, and that's saying something with a league that has the Browns and Jets in it. So, um, what are we talking about record wise?
The Giants and Raiders are currently higher than them in the NFL draft order.
That's not how we go though. We go off of feel.
Vibes. Okay. Well, then they're
Yeah,
just
definitely at
drive.
least second worst because the Raiders were 1,000% the worst team in the NFL
how
right
do
now.
how are the Raiders higher in the draft order?
Strength of schedule is easier than the Titans.
ESPN has the Giants, then the Titans, then the Raiders, but maybe that they just don't have it the same way listed.
I just usually trust Tankathon. Anyway, regardless, the Titans are very bad. But you know who's
Yeah.
very very worse? The Chiefs when they're not playing for anything. Their
Mm,
players
Very
didn't even
worse. Your
know they were
English.
eliminated. The players didn't even know they were eliminated from the playoffs until the
that
media told
is
them.
that is a sorry
True.
take.
So, I mean, Gardner Minshew starting for them. The Titans are probably going to have a pick six in this game. Just, throw that out there for those interested. And
Mm.
kind of like Gardner Minshew is going to throw it out there, the Titans defense. And
Mm,
I think the Titans are going to defend home field against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm.
yeah, we'll see. We will
Yeah.
see. The game after that we have is Bengals at Dolphins. Both these teams have just lost the any point of playing football anymore. The Dolphins lost their quarterback, but I think that'll actually be an improvement. That's kind of why I picked them to win this game. The Bengals obviously have Joe Burrow, who some people consider a top five quarterback. I'm slowly not in that camp. Um, I think since he lost the Super Bowl, he's been pretty awful, just in general. And there's always excuses of why it's not his fault and why it's okay that they're terrible at football, but I think the blame's on Joe Burrow at this point. I think the Dolphins will win this game with a little bit of energy after getting eliminated from the playoffs and then them starting another QB. I think Mike McDaniel's will really get something lined up and they'll look electric again.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, that all makes sense. I think the fact that they are moving to another QB puts puts the Bengals on top of the Dolphins this week.
Mm,
Yeah, Joe Burrow hasn't looked the greatest. The Steelers shredded the Dolphins defense last week, and the Steelers I would say, aren't one of the greatest offensive teams. So you put a decent quarterback and two pretty high receivers, especially if T comes back this week. I think they're just going to dominate the Dolphins. The only scary part is obviously the Bengals defense. They don't know how to stop anything. So, uh, but again, I don't think the Dolphins really have the firepower unless A Chain does his standard like 4 or 5 40-yard, 50-yard plays that he likes to do. I think the Bengals win this game over the Dolphins.
Agreed.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Next game we have Falcons at Cardinals. Falcons are favored by -3. Um, I think everyone's on the Falcons train now because of what Kirko did in prime time, but that is just
Mm,
what Kirko does in prime time. This
That's
game is not
okay,
prime time,
primetime Kirk
so
Cousins.
yeah.
yeah.
This is not primetime game, so I do not believe that the Falcons will win this game. Kyle Pitts had an insane game. I don't think you'll ever see again. Uh, and I think Brissett will tear this defense apart this week.
Yeah. So I don't know. After watching that Falcons game and watching Kirko play, I definitely agree. There's an element of the kind of prime time Kirk Cousins. But the Cardinals also, outside of a single player, are pretty awful at football.
Yeah, Marv.
No, he's
I think
awful.
Michael Wilson, right?
I wasn't even thinking Michael Wilson. I was not thinking Michael Wilson either.
Oh, you must
Yeah.
be talking about Bam Knight.
Yes, Bam Knight. Yes, the
The one
strong
who's got
Bam
injured.
Knight. No,
Jacoby
not in
Brissett
the.
was
Is he
actually the
leading?
name.
Is he leading the league in receiving a reception still, or is that not happening anymore?
Trey McBride, I believe he is. He's 12
Sorry,
away
this
from the
is
tight end single season record with 2 games before.
yeah, 105. He's still leading the league in receptions. So he's the only player on their team who's not awful. And other than that, they're just a bunch of
Kind of disrespectful to Jacoby Brissett,
Walmart
I think.
Walmart employees,
I think you need to put some
McDonald's
respect on
employees,
Jacoby Brissett's
Chuck
name.
E. Cheese employees. The Falcons are winning this game. They have
Jeez.
talent. They have speed, and I think they'll win this game. The Cardinals aren't sniffing 10 points, so
Ooh,
Dang.
doubling down.
That's probably the coldest take I've ever heard, and there have been some pretty bad ones on this show.
yeah. I'd say I would flip that. I think the Falcons aren't hitting 10 points.
Ooh. I think both teams are getting over 10 points, guys. These defenses are pretty bad. There you go. We got all 3 bases covered now. Whatever happens, one of us was right.
We do indeed.
Watch neither team hit 10 points.
That would be hype. That would be hype.
Anyway, moving on. Speaking of terrible takes, Jared and Brett, this next matchup.
Yeah, Jags and Broncos. Jaguars are going to Mile High. Broncos favored by -3.
It's if you say the
This
thing.
this is the year of Treverbank. He showed it last week. He had 6 touchdowns, 5 passing, 1 rushing, I believe. Just an insane career game by Mr. Trevor, who is he is poised and positioned to launch into this playoff race and do what he needs to do. That's it. I don't even care. It wouldn't even matter who he was facing.
Speaking
He's
of
still the pick
doing
this
what
week.
they need to do, the Denver Broncos are playing in this game. We talked about this last week
Who?
and the last few weeks. They have been one of they seem and feel like a terrible football team, but they just keep winning games because of that defense, and their offense makes plays when they absolutely have to. And last week was more of the same. They beat the Packers at home, which weird, but they pulled it off. Even though Jacobs ran all over that defense. So I think the
They
Broncos
didn't have
will once
Parsons, right?
again. True. Wait, what? Parsons
That
is
game
on the
was almost
Packers.
over, though. Yeah.
Or not Parsons. Wait, what?
Are we talking about the Packers? You were talking about Denver versus the Packers?
Yeah. Josh Jacobs ran all over the Broncos. It's just kind of
Yeah, but the reason the
confusing.
Broncos won.
Yes, it's
Parsons
because
got injured.
I
it was
don't
late
really
in that
think
game. I
that's.
think it
I
was
don't
third
really think
quarter.
that impacted
Oh,
the
okay.
game that much, but
I
yeah,
gotcha.
and it definitely won't impact this game because Treverbank only works when they're playing at home.
No.
It travels nowadays. I think the Broncos will also lose. I think the Jags are going to take this game. So
You
Let's
guys are the
go.
real Jags here. Anyway, the
We
next
might be-
game, we've got the Steelers going on the road to take on the Detroit Lions. The Lions are touchdown favorites in this one. Well, touchdown and extra point. I should clarify with Dan Campbell in this game. You never know when he's going to go for 2. Or 6 if he could. But I have the Lions winning this game. They're still fighting for their playoff lives. They're currently 37% in. A win here pushes them to 48, but a loss puts them down to 14. So they're on life support if they lose this game.
Woo.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll be on life support because I think they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of, I think, relevant to this conversation because the Steelers don't have a lot to lose in this game. This game almost doesn't matter for the Steelers. The odds jump from like 64 if they win to like 54 if they lose.
Yep.
It's really all down to the Ravens game already, statistically speaking. But they could also win the division before that happens. And I think they will win this game. I saw something different from the Steelers, and I'm hoping that they carry it into this week. They may have just been playing the awful Dolphins.
Before you say it, can I guess
Um,
what you saw different from the Steelers last week? Can I guess?
Sure.
I bet you saw the Steelers play the Miami Dolphins in cold weather.
That was different. I've only seen them do that once this year.
Oh,
And
yes.
they did it pretty well. They did it pretty well. Actually, no, and it was like you said, it was the Dolphins in the cold, and they're known to be bad. But it was mostly just holding the Dolphins to 3 points the
Oh,
entire
follow
game.
up question.
Um,
Since you think Quinn Ewers is better, do you think the Steelers would have won if Quinn Ewers started for the Dolphins?
I've never seen Quinn Ewers play in the NFL, so I really couldn't say. Um, but Tua only gifted one ball to the Steelers all game, so I was kind of surprised
And a
we
lot
didn't get
more to
more.
the turf.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, and then it took some bad sacks too. But yeah, I think the Steelers will win this game. Um, I'm a Steelers fan though, so that's probably where that's coming from. But game after that we have is the hottest team in football, in my opinion. The Houston Texans. They are pretty much a lock for the playoffs at this point. Not really, but they're getting close. And they are the one team I think that everyone has agreed they don't want to play in the playoffs. This defense is rolling. The offense is starting to click. And if they like at this point, if the offense can score 21 points a game, I think they'll win the Super Bowl. Um, but I'm not sure they'll be able to carry that the whole way through. But this game they definitely will against the Raiders. I think the
I
Raiders will maybe score a point and a half if they get lucky.
I will be so insufferable this offseason if the Texans and CJ Stroud win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I
you'll jump
just
right from your Justin Fields bandwagon right
hold
onto.
on. Don't act like I
Uh,
haven't loved CJ Stroud since he came into the league, Jared.
you've
Don't
been
you
really
I like
quiet about him
this
recently.
one, this one, this one. Olave, London.
If they play for
How many
Ohio
people
State, I love the player. Okay, that's what it is.
called hedging
Uh,
your bets?
There are
every Ohio
some.
Stater that plays for the Steelers has an unfortunate end. So it's
I
your fault.
love Ryan Shazier, and I never want you to bring up a Steelers Ohio State player again. Anyway, speaking of, just because they play for Ohio State doesn't mean I only like Ohio State players. I do love this next guy, Drake May, and the Patriots travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens, who are
Since
3-point
when did he get the
favorites.
Nick? When did he get the Nick Cage treatment?
Oh, have you not been around? This has been a thing for the last like 2 months.
No shot.
Yeah, and they're calling his
What a
wife.
wannabe.
I believe her name is Anne May, and people are calling her Bake May.
Hmm. I've seen like the comments and stuff about make sure you pack
Yeah.
make sure you pack dad good snackies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Make sure he's in bed in time. Poor girl.
Uh, she she lives with Drake May. What do you mean, poor girl? Your life can't get any better.
You're ridiculous.
The only way life could be any better is if you're Justin Herbert. Okay.
That's true.
Anyway, I think the Patriots are gonna pull off the road upset against the Ravens and really hurt the Ravens' playoff odds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they pull it off, it will really hurt their odds. And I'm cheering for them. We'll be cheering for. I'll be a Patriots fan this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Which is something crazy to say out loud.
True.
Yeah.
Last game of the week, Monday night, 49ers at Colts. 49ers are favored by -6. Philip Rivers has already been named quarterback for Monday Night Football.
The final Philip Rivers primetime start of his career. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. We might see him again in 2030. Who knows?
Yeah, just give him 5 years and he'll be back to collect that insurance. Um, but I have the 49ers winning this game. The Colts are just not the Colts without Daniel Jones, which is crazy because they have Jonathan Taylor in the backfield still. I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they're using Jonathan Taylor like they should be. But the 49ers have all their weapons back, minus I think
No.
Ricky Pearsall
Yeah, I was gonna say.
this week. But just in general, I think the 49ers have a better overall team now. But it's just really weird to say because Daniel Jones is out. Like
Yeah.
didn't think I would ever have to say that in a
No,
conversation, but
and I 100% agree. That's the rational thinking. But here's the thing. Last week against the Seahawks, the Colts were pretty much not given a chance to be in that game. And they looked like a rejuvenated team. Like it looked like the whole entire team was more locked in last week. They were 13.5 point underdogs against the Seahawks. And they lost on a last second field goal after they
right,
took the lead
right.
with 30 seconds left. So,
Mhm.
and that was on the road in Seattle. I think at home against the 49ers, they're 6 point underdogs, but I think if that Colts team plays that spirited, and I think they will with their playoff hopes pretty much dangling from a thread at this point, especially if they lose, they're all but out. Um, and they could be eliminated if they lose, depending on how the rest of the week goes. But I think Philip Rivers is going to get this team into the playoffs because that's what Philip Rivers does. He gets to the playoffs and he loses.
Yeah.
He would be the perfect Steelers quarterback.
Should have got him out of retirement.
2026 starter. Oh my gosh.
45-year-old Philip Rivers would be crazy.
Speaking of a perfect starting quarterback, Jared, your hot take this week. Sorry.
True. My hot take, it kind of goes wrong with my prediction. I didn't allude to this earlier, but I think Gardner Minshew is going to come in and light this thing up. I think he's going to throw for 300 and have 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce will have his best statistical game of the year with no Rashi Rice available. And we'll wonder, why couldn't Mahomes do this, you know? That's my thoughts, though. Gardner Minshew all the way to the Super Bowl. Well, not this year because they're eliminated, but maybe someday.
Maybe he'll get
Someday.
cut and go to the Texans.
Yeah, there you go. So my bold prediction this week is that Justin Jefferson doubles up on his touchdowns on the year. Justin Jefferson has 2 touchdowns this year. Still sub 1,000 yards. I think he's going to go for 125 with 2 touchdowns. Again, he's basically been on the field, but not like actually visible. He's
Yeah.
not catching passes. He's not being thrown to. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what is happening
I,
over there,
I,
but
are we having a jersey number problem? Like
Could be
nine,
like,
nine
yeah.
is only throwing to 1 Jalen Naylor and 3 Jordan Addison.
Could be. Maybe
mm,
he's. Maybe. What is
but
Genesis number? I actually don't know.
yeah,
18.
but 9 + 9 is 18. So like that's two
18.
nines.
Yeah, but
Well,
two
maybe it's only
nines would
numbers.
really blow up that team because you can't have
Maybe
two
it's
JJ
only.
McCarthy's.
That's true. Maybe it's only numbers that are divisible by 9, or
Wait a second.
What?
wait. I don't know. I'll come up with some stat of why 1 and 3 make more
Workshop it
sense.
next week. Next week.
Yeah. Next week. Next week. How about you, Dale? What's your hot take for this week?
I this hot take. It's not going to be a hot take by the time the week's over.
Because it would have happened.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
that's the hope. Or it'll just be the worst thing you've ever seen. My prediction is that Chris Olave of the New Orleans Saints is going to go for 150 and 2. Tyler Shuck is putting together an offensive rookie of the year campaign, and this week he gets to play the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm sorry, the
Mm.
New York Jets. So yeah, I think the Saints are gonna have a good day, and they're also missing Devon Vele and Devin Neal, and Kamara's questionable. I think Olave will get fed early and often.
Yeah, but they have Austin Estime.
Audric,
Audric Estime.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid name right there. Roderick Restame. That was a fun show. We will see everybody again in the new year. This is our
Yes,
last
sir.
show. No, this is our second to last show of 2025.
That's right. There you go.